Hey, what's going on everyone? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a very vetsy scout rifle. We're taking a look at the TIMEWORN WAYFARER. We're going to talk about this weapon, what makes it special, what makes it good, taking a look at the perks that this weapon can draw, and the ones that you should be looking for if you're looking to get or craft your god for eventually when you can craft it. And at the end, we're going to have a mini review where I just kind of tell you my thoughts and feelings of the weapon, but I'm going to give you a bit of a preview. This weapon is good. This is a really good scout rifle with some amazing rolls for both PvP and PVE. So this is a scout rifle that can pretty much do it all. And it also looks amazing. It's a very good sounding weapon, a very good feeling weapon, and just playing with the weapon is just fun. But let's not waste any more time, let's get into it. And first of all, let's talk about how to actually get this weapon. You're gonna get this weapon from progress in the story. At some point, Failsafe will actually just give you one. I think with Precision Instrument and Dual Loader. And that one, it's already pretty good. So after you get it from the story, you're able to go to the helm and start focusing it to get other rolls and red borders. And actually, speaking about random rolls, that's the next thing we're gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about the perks that you can get on this weapon. We're going to be starting from the left, so we're going to be starting off with the barrels and move our way over to the trait perks. But before that, let's take a look at the origin trait this weapon has. Radiolaria Transposer. Rapid final blows cause targets to explode into a pool of radiolarium fluid. So every like 3 kills in PvE to in Crucible, the enemy that you kill is just going to explode, do a bit of AoE damage, and leave a pool of Bet's milk on the ground. It can actually do some pretty decent damage. So it will actually kill other ads if it like blows up next to other ads. So it's just a little bit of extra ad clear. These weapons are really good at doing like single target damage, but struggle a bit with ad clear, just because of the nature of the weapon. So having the other things that help us ad clear is going to be really good on the scout rifle. But now let's actually take a look at the perks, and we're going to be starting off with the barrel and the magazine. Okay, so starting off with the barrel, this is what we have. We have extended barrel, polygonal rifling, chamber compensator, small bore, horseshoe rifling, full bore, hammer forged rifling, arrowhead break, and lastly the fluted barrel. The best barrel I think is definitely going to be small bore. It gives you some range and stability. It's 2 really good stats. For PvE, you don't really have to worry about the barrel like at all. Any barrel will do. Now for the magazine, we have steady rounds, alloy magazine, pendant mag, threaded mag wool, extended mag, tactical mag, and the last perk is accurized rounds. For PvE, the main thing that we're looking for is just to kind of get more ammo in our weapon. So either a pendant mag, extended mag are probably going to be our best choices. A pendant if you don't want to lose any reload speed, or extended if you want to maximize the amount of ammo you can actually put on this weapon. And for Crucible, it's gonna be accurized rounds. You want to increase the range for the Crucible. The more range you have, the more aim assist you have at long range, and the easier it will be to hit your shots. So for the magazine for Crucible, go for accurized rounds. And now it's time to move on to the good things, the trait perks, and let's start with the first one. So now let's move on to the trait perks. This is what we have for the first column for perk 1, and let's start from the top. First of all, we have strategies. Final blows with this weapon generate ability energy. Using your class ability will improve the weapon's stability. This is going to be pretty good for PvE. It will let us just spam our class ability. Next up, we have shoot to loot. Shooting at overpower picks it up, and also shooting at break of ammo also picks it up. Shoot to loot is good, but very situational. That's all I gotta say about shoot to loot. Next up, we have to the pain. While this weapon is equipped, taking damage increases handling, and aim assist onto the weapon is stowed. This is not really going to be useful for PvE. The extra aim assist and handling are just not useful. For PvP, it's a little bit more useful, but I think we have other perks that are going to be better than to the pain. Next up, we have Dual Loader, and I'm pretty sure this is like the very first time we've seen Dual Loader on a weapon like this one. The way Dual Loader works with this weapon is that instead of reloading 2 every time you load the weapon, you're going to be loading 3. And with the enhanced version, you'll load 4 each time. So it could actually be pretty good. This weapon takes a long time to reload, so Dual Loader cuts that thing by half if you go with the enhanced one, which would be really good. You'll be able to reload this thing super fast. After that we have Keep Away, increases reload, range and accuracy when no targets are in close proximity. This is going to be the crucial perk, there's no doubt about it. For this slot, this is going to be it. The extra range, the extra accuracy are all going to be really nice. With this weapon, you should pretty much always be away from the enemies at the point where Keep Away activates. So Keep Away is going to be the go-to PvP perk for this weapon. There's nothing that's going to come close to Keep Away. Next up, we have 4 times Charm. Rapid landing precision hits will return 2 rounds to the magazine. This one's pretty okay on this weapon. Gives you a couple extra shots, but I don't think the magazine is big enough where we can really take advantage of 4 times the Charm. Maybe 4 times the Charm plus Precision Instrument if you're going up against something that has a big crit spot. And the final perk we have in this column, you know it, you love it, is Heal Clip. Reloading shortly after dealing the final blow grants cure to you and your nearby allies. So Heal Clip is even better on these types of weapons. All you have to do is just reload once and then proc Heal Clip on the first one. Meaning that you actually proc Heal Clip and any effects that require reload really quickly. So Heal Clip will give you some crazy survivability in PvE and continues to be a top PvE perk. For Crucible, it's still pretty good. Maybe not as good as it is in PvE, but it still can be pretty good. So for PvE in this slot, I would say go either Heal Clip, Dual Loader, or Strategist. And for Crucible, it's definitely Keep Away. Keep Away is what you're aiming for. Those are the perks that you should go for on the first slot. Now let's move on to the second trait perk. This is what we have for the second perk. These are our options. Let's start off from the top with Snapshot Sights. Faster time to aim down sights, and it's just not enough. Just being able to aim a little faster definitely is not worth our perk slot. Next up we have High Ground. High Ground, now that it's being reworked, is a little bit better. Now you can just get extra damage for getting normal kills, and if you do happen to end up on the High Ground, you immediately get that 25% damage boost. I think it's just okay. I don't think it's going to be as good as some of the other perks that we can get, especially because they don't have any like kill requirements or us being on the high ground to actually activate. So I think it's just okay, but I wouldn't really recommend it. I think it still needs a little bit more buffs. Next up we have Eye of the Storm. This weapon becomes more accurate and boosts handling as your health gets lower. Eye of the Storm is going to be pretty good for Crucible. It's going to help you win those 1v1s more often. Next up we have Opening Shot. Improve accuracy and range on the opening shot of the attack. This one's also going to be pretty good. It's basically going to make it so you can always hit that first shot in Crucible. Another really good perk. It's kind of like the opposite of Eye of the Storm. Instead of helping you towards the end of the fight, it's going to help you towards the beginning of the fight. So it kind of depends on what you're looking for. I feel like Eye of the Storm is probably a little better than the Opening Shot. So if you're thinking of going with either of these two, I think Eye of the Storm is probably better. After that we have Precision Instrument. Dealing sustained damage increases precision damage. This is going to be pretty good for both. In PvE you can build it up against the bigger enemies and kill them faster that way. And in the Crucible I give you a little bit extra damage, so it can be a little bit more forgiving if you miss a headshot. Or if you go against multiple people, once you build it up high enough, you'll be able to actually 2-tap people, which is something that I won't see coming. Getting 2-tapped by an aggressive frame scout is always a shock. Not a lot of people expect it, but that's something you can do with Precision Instrument. Not right away, but after you build it up. Next up we have Incandescent. Defeating targets spreads Scorch to those nearby. Incandescent is going to be an amazing perk on this weapon. Like I said, these weapons tend to struggle at ad clear. They can deal very well with bigger enemies and just single target damage, but they lack the ad clear because they just don't have many bullets. So that's something that Incandescent can fix, because once you get a kill, it'll spread Scorch to other enemies, so they'll die with the Scorch, or they'll be lower health, so then you can shoot another one, kill it, it'll spread some more Scorch, and then it will lead to those beautiful ignitions. So this is going to be your ad clear right here, Incandescent. I really feel like a weapon like this one benefits from Incandescent, even more than some other primary weapons. And the last perk that we have in this column is Desperate Measures. Final blows grant bonus damage. Melee and grenade final blows grant a larger bonus that can stack. If you're looking for a consistent damage buff to always have on your weapon, then this is probably going to be your best bet. That's going to help us deal with smaller enemies, with bigger enemies. It's just going to make the weapon just feel more powerful. It already does a lot of damage per shot, but with this, you're pretty much going to be one-shotting any smaller ads, and with a couple of shots, you'll be taking down some of the bigger ads. So Desperate Measures, definitely not a bad perk, definitely one that you could go for. I would say for PVE, in this slot, the best ones are definitely Desperate Measures or Incandescent, but I really like Incandescent because it kind of like makes up for the fact that this weapon is not very good at ad clear. So I would definitely recommend that you go for Incandescent. It's just so good. And for the Crucible, I feel like I had a Storm, Opening Shot, and even Precision Instrument. And I just realized I didn't mention Precision Instrument in the PvE side. But yeah, Precision Instrument is going to be good for both. But any of those perks are going to be good in Crucible, and they should make this weapon feel pretty good. But definitely leaning more towards Eye of the Storm. That thing is going to make it so you pretty much win all your ones, especially against other scout rifles. So this is how my PvE god roll will look like. I have small bore, plus a pendant mag, dual loader, and incandescent. You could also switch out dual loader for heal clip if you feel like you want a little bit extra survivability, but I really do feel like you need that incandescent. And for the Crucible, we have small bore, accurized rounds, keep away, and then lastly we have Eye of the Storm. I really feel Eye of the Storm is going to make it so we can win those 1v1s against pretty much anybody. If we're at our range, there's nobody that's going to be able to outgun us with keep away Eye of the Storm. We're going to have so much accuracy, this thing is going to be crazy. Alright, so now let's talk a little about this weapon, and I gotta just tell you, I really like this weapon, but I will warn you, I also am a big fan of these scout rifles, pretty much just because of the way they feel, the way they shoot. I just really like them, and this one pushed them into a place where I can actually recommend them and say this is a good scout rifle. It has some really good perks for PvE, especially with stuff like incandescent. Like I said before, it kind of fixes the biggest problem that these scout rifles often run into, where they can deal with a singular enemy pretty well, but if there's multiple enemies, they kind of struggle, especially since you have to load 2 shots at a time. But with incandescent, that kind of fixes that. You know, you kill one enemy, it scorches the next one, maybe kills it, and if you kill another one, it scorches them again, and you just deal with enemies a lot easier and just faster. So incandescent is definitely a perk that I'm pretty much gonna recommend every time with this scout rifle, because it kind of nullifies the downside of these scouts, while still keeping all that damage that you can do in like a single target. Also in Crucible, the couple of times that I used it, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. These scout rifles are always kind of good in Crucible. The damage that they output is insane, and also the range that they have. You can use outrange people with them, and just 3-tap them. 2-tap them if you have enough stacks of like Precision Instrument. It was really good on both. I would say that I think it leans a little bit more towards the PvE side. I think it's got better PvE perks than those PvP perks. You can definitely still take it into the Crucible and do well with it, but it will definitely not be as good as it is in PvE. It's just got so many good perks in PvE. Incandescent, dual loader, heal clip. Just having heal clip incandescent pretty much guarantees that this weapon was going to be used. Any weapon that has heal clip incandescent always gets some use. But yeah, it's a really good scout rifle. I'm glad that we finally have a really good one, because I always love the look of these scouts, but a lot of them were just not very good. The Trials one was pretty good for Crucible, and that's where I kind of used it. But some of the other ones weren't like amazing, but I'm glad that we finally got one that's really, really good in PvE, and I can actually recommend it to people. But let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this scout rifle? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's bad? What is the god that you guys are going to be going for? You know, let me know that in the comments below. And with that, we're going to wrap up today's video. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for stopping by. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.